Hey, it's Robert Ty here at O'Regan's Nissan, and I want to introduce you to the all-new 2025 Nissan Marano. This is a great vehicle. Behind me here is a Platinum. It's unbelievable what they have done with this redesign. Everything from the motor to the interior to the overall look of it. Let's go through and have a look at this, and if it's something that you're interested in, feel free to reach out. I'd love to help put you in one of these. This is the all-new redesigned 2025 Nissan Marano, and this is a Platinum edition. So this has 21-inch wheels. It's got a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo motor paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. We've got remote start right on the key fob. So although you do have the Nissan Connect Services app that comes with this, and you would get the full-blown version free for 3 years and the basic version for an additional 2 after that. There is no subscription for the key fob itself. So the remote start that is right on your key fob is free for the life of the vehicle. On the inside of this vehicle, and we're going to start this up because it's a bit chilly today. We can see my climate control lights up here. It's all haptic, great system. I do have a volume dial, and I can see I've got a button up there to track through the different channels. Heated seats are on, which is fantastic. We're going to get rid of this. This has the new Google system integrated into it, which is in the Rogues. So great system. It is Google Maps that comes with this. It's not just the TomTom maps that used to come with it. You now get the Google Maps with the live updates on it. So you can see where there are traffic issues and route around those issues, which is fantastic. But you can see here with this 12-inch display, this comes right across. And even in behind the wheel, amongst the many features that I can display here, the map is one of them, which is awesome. Now, what you can't really see really well, it's there, but there is a heads-up display. That's what this is here. On my windshield up here, and it's a little hard to see at the moment, is a speedometer. As I turn on other functionality, it's going to post that as well. It'll post speed limit signs. It'll post my cruise information. And if I use the internal navigation system as opposed to the Apple CarPlay or Android Auto that come with it, when I use the internal nav system, it's going to post some of that info up on that heads-up display there as well. Everything is designed to keep your eyes focused on the road and forward so that you don't need to be doing anything. But what's super cool with this is some of the functionality. For instance, hey Google, turn on the heated steering wheel.
Okay, turning on the steering wheel heater.
So you've got functionality like that that you can do with all of your climate control stuff. You can do some of it with your radio to set different stations. You can set your navigation for different things like that. Pronunciations may not always be correct. However, hey Google, take me to the Micmac Mall.
Sorry, where do you want to go?
The Micmac Mall.
Navigating to Micmac Mall.
So just like that, it sets up the navigation for you. You don't even need to give it the exact address because it's going to search Google to get that information for you. It's very neat the way that works. I could cancel by voice the same way, or I can just tap on the X on the screen there. But it's super intuitive and allows me to do a lot of that all by voice. Down below here, along with the climate control, I do have a couple USB ports, but I also have a wireless charge pad. Now, I already mentioned you've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Those are wireless as well. My gear shifting is a little bit different, and this is different for Nissan for the first time, where we've got push buttons for the different drive modes. And then we do have an actual drive mode, which will change up here on the screen. So you've got Eco, my normal mode, which is standard, and we've got Sport. And you just toggle through them using the D mode button there. We're also equipped with the auto start stop motor for when you come to a full stop, and you can disable that simply by pushing the button there. The camera system is much different on this as well. So if I push that camera button, I have a view out the front at the moment because I'm in park. Traditionally with Nissan, with the 360 view, it's over on the right hand side, but with these new Google integrated systems, they've moved it over to the left side. Down bottom here, I can see a whole bunch of different options for my camera. So if I push this button here, instead of seeing down just the passenger side, I now see the driver and passenger side. So if I have to park on a curb, even on a one-way street, as long as I put the red line on the curb, I'm going to be about 6 inches from that curb. If I push the next button, I just get a nice wide angle view out the front of the vehicle itself. Now this one's kind of neat. This is called a hoodless view. So it utilizes the front camera and the 2 side cameras to give you that view in really tight to the vehicle so that you can see what's going on around you there. If you've come out of somewhere and maybe there's a shopping cart in front of you that you didn't notice, or a child's bicycle, this will help you be able to pick that up really fast. The last view here is kind of a neat one. It's a 3D view, and it does give you camera angles from all different angles utilizing those 4 cameras outside. But what's kind of neat, and I like this one, the 3D view gives you a full rundown around the vehicle so that you can see everything around you before you ever pull out. Now obviously the vehicle shown here is not the exact vehicle, that's just an image, because the one that we currently are in is a black Murano. However, it does give you that full rundown all around the vehicle, and then I can go back to that one, or I can simply pop back out of there. The Google integrated system is really great. They introduced this into the Rogues in 2024. I really like how this works and how intuitive it is. Really easy to operate everything, and with this nice wide 12-inch screen, you've got all kinds of information here available. On my steering wheel, so for anybody who's currently got a Nissan, you're going to notice this stuff has flipped round. So all of my cruise information is now over on this side of the wheel. It is adaptive cruise. The blue button signifies that ProPilot Assist has finally made it into the Murano. And you can set the adaptive cruise distance right here. I do still have my volume button over on the left side, but everything else has moved over to the right. So with this, I've got my buttons to go through my different screens, and I can pick and choose what screen I want to be on. My dial, or my OK button, has a little bit of a tilt to it so that it kind of conforms to the way that your thumb actually sits right on it. So I can scroll down, and rather than having to scroll down this way and move my hand and be a little uncomfortable, it's ergonomically designed so that it fits perfectly with where my thumb sits here and the angle of it. And then for anything that I want to go into, all I got to do is press that button. The back button is up at the top. I can make an outbound call or use the voice recognition all with this button here. And then I've got buttons down below here that are going to allow me to go through the different presets that I've got on my radio, or skip tracks with my music. So everything is very cleverly designed. Over on the left side here, on the dash down beside my knee, I've got my heated steering wheel, which we see is on because I turned it on using the voice prompt over here. I have a button to open or close my hatch from the inside, and the hatch does still have the kick motion activation to go with it, or the button on the key fob, the button on the hatch itself. So lots of ways to do that. Now that heads up display that I mentioned, if you do find it a little distracting, and we can see up here as it focuses in, you've got your speedometer right up there. Down below here, this button, if I push that, we're going to see that my speedometer just disappears. That turns off the entire heads up display, or I can turn it back on. Some people find it a little distracting. If you don't want it, just turn it back off. My button here is for my ProPilot Assist. It's the assisted steering. And when I use this, if I turn it off, so right now I just turned it back on. If I turn it off, like so, it stays off. It will not come back on when I turn the vehicle on. You have to physically turn this back on, either using this button or over in the settings menu. There is a spot in here as well under driver assistance. All kinds of options in here. But it's in amongst all of that that you're going to want to be able to turn that back on. For right now, we're just going to leave it the way that it is. Below that is auto hold. This has been in the Nissan vehicles for quite some time. Your electronic parking brake is now down over here. So it's no longer over here. There's no risk of accidentally hitting that or engaging it. It is down over out of the way. You simply pull up on it like that to engage it. To disengage it, you must have your foot on the brake and then push down on that. On the left side here, I do have memory seats, and because this is the Platinum with a power adjusting steering column, that ties in with the memory seats. So your driver's seat, your side mirrors, and your steering wheel would all tie in with those settings, which is going to tie in with your key fob and the profile, and your sales rep will help set all of that up the very first time that you're getting into your vehicle so that it all ties in together. We also see an extra button now down in here with my mirrors, and that button is for the power folding side mirrors on each side. So nice little addition from Nissan there. You do have the panoramic moonroof, and we've still got our traditional SOS button there that Nissan's had for quite some time, making life really simple. Now, one of the things I do want to point out with the gear shift with the drive, and I can see up here, now if I push this a second time, I'm in manual driving because I do have paddle shifters on my wheel, and to get back to my normal drive, I just push that drive again. So pretty easy to operate, keeps everything nice and simple, but still gives you all of that control that you want. In the back seat of the Murano, I can see I do have heated rear seats back here, along with a couple of Type-C USB ports. But I've also got these window shades here. Now, my windows are tinted, but if you've got kids back here, or maybe just adults, and the sun is really bright, all you got to do is put that up, hook it in place, and that'll help block that light a little bit more again. We're going to head around the back of the vehicle here. And with this, you can see there, it's still got the kick motion activation to go with it. It does move much faster than the previous generation Murano. On the inside here, you've got your quick release for your back seats, which if I pull that, I can see my seat starts to go down right away. Nice flat surface the whole way back to maximize that storage area. In below here, I do have a tire repair kit. There is no spare tire. I have some storage space in here, but it is a tire repair kit that comes with this along with the subwoofer. The directions are all in the owner's manual on how to use it. It's pretty simple. We've also got the extra button on the Murano here now that's in the Rogue and the Pathfinder. So I can use this to close it, or if I press this button, it locks the whole vehicle as it closes it. So for right now, we're just going to close this. We're going to take one more look at the styling on this because this vehicle is absolutely gorgeous. I love the shape of this. The look of it is great. We've got all those cameras around the vehicle, plus we've got the camera up in the windshield because like all of the rest of the Nissan lineup, this is going to come with our entire safety suite. So it's going to have automatic emergency braking, forward collision warning, pedestrian detection, lane departure warning, lane departure intervention, blind spot indicators, blind spot intervention, rear cross traffic detection, rear sonar, rear emergency braking, LED lights the whole way around, and high beam assist. So that's your first look at the brand new 2025 redesigned Nissan Marano. Great vehicle, tons of power to it. It's a 4-cylinder, but it is a turbo. It's got all the same power that you're used to from your Murano, but it's going to be a more efficient design and you should see better fuel mileage out of it as well. It's also now paired with the 9-speed automatic instead of the CVT that had been in the previous generation, which I know was a big thing for a lot of people who were looking for that change. So I would love to invite you in, come check it out, see if you like it, and let us help you get you into a new one of these. We've got 2 on site right now, and we've got more on the way. 1 in the showroom, so on these cold days, you can go in, have a look at it. But for these cold days, the one thing I did not mention is the heated windshield that's on this. So hard to see when you're looking at everything, but there are little wavy lines all the way down through the entire windshield. This is fully heated, so it's going to clear your window in a hurry. Let me know what I can do to help you, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Again, my name is Robert Ty with O'Regan's Nissan here in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia at 60 Baker Drive. Thanks and have a great day.